do we teach kids about money? Here are 4 suggestions or tips that we've been using in our house to teach our kids about money without giving them allowance. And the results have been fabulous. My boys do their chores without being asked. They're helpful when I ask them to do extra chores, grumbling sometimes. Hey, they're kids. They don't ask me for any money or anything from the store when we're shopping, and they are intentional with their spending because they've had to work for it. So they understand the value of that money. They don't spend it on frivolous things. They're saving up for things they really want. And I think it's the sweetest thing is lots of the money that they do earn, besides setting it aside for saving and for tithing for our church, they spend it on their siblings for Christmas presents and birthday presents. So I think that's really sweet. They understand delayed gratification. The other day, my son came to me and said, hey, these gym shorts, I want to get some more. Can I get some for Christmas? It's June. He asked for those for Christmas time. Delayed gratification at its finest. So just a word of warning that these tips are going to take, I like to call it intentional parenting from you. It's not as easy as just saying, here kids, here's some money, go learn how to spend it. No, these are going to take a little more work from you. But as I've seen, the results are totally worth it. The first suggestion is to help provide opportunities for your kids to make money. So in our home, we don't pay them for their chores. They have set chores that they do. Heaven knows this house would fall apart if we did not have set chores because I can't do it all. Yes. Anyways, but there are times when some extra work needs to be done. So my husband, if he's working outside and he has a little project going on and he needs some extra help, he'll pay the boys to come out and help him with that, and then he'll compensate him for that. Another thing we have is that everyone needs to help with one dinner a week. And if they want to go above and beyond that and make the whole dinner themselves and clean up the whole thing and make the kitchen sparkling nice, I will pay them for that. That is money well earned. Not sad to see that go. I am so happy that they did that. It is, I can't even tell you how nice that is to have them do that. You come down, dinner's already made. It's great. Anyways, so that's another way they can earn money. We also have some creative ways for them to make money. In the summer, we have reading charts that if they read so many minutes, they will get paid for it. They'll get compensated if they jump ahead and do some math lessons. They'll get paid for that. So I'm not nagging them to do math all summer, like, hey, you need to review these concepts. They're doing it on their own accord, which is great. And the second tip to teach your kids about money is to now help them develop their skills and their talents. Kids are involved in so many different activities, and if they develop those enough, later down the road, they could actually teach those skills. They could teach those to younger kids. My boys are currently taking piano lessons, and one thing that keeps them motivated to keep going and to practice is that they have cousins that are a little bit older than them that teach piano lessons, and they get paid for it. So they want that. Another example is our neighbor down the street, I'm pointing like that way, down the street, that he takes great care of his family's yard. And I'm not the only one that noticed. There's several people in the neighborhood have noticed, and because of that, he is doing their yard work as well, and he's getting paid for it, and he's only in high school. He might be in junior high. No, I think it's high school though. So he's sharing his skill, his talent with them and getting paid for it. I think it's great, and that's outside of the home. And that leads us to the third tip I have for you and for me is that we need to encourage kids to think like creators. They have to find something of value, whether that be a service or a product, that they can create so they can make some money. So for example, my boys set up a lemonade stand. And the first time we did it, my husband and I did a lot of the prep work, a lot of the groundwork, making the things, making the treats, and they helped a little bit, but not a whole lot. But they were selling. I mean, they sold the stuff. We've done 3 so far. And this last one, I was so proud of them because they made 3 baked goods, muffins, chocolate chip cookies, and brownies. And brownies, by the way, are the best thing to sell at lemonade stands. Anyways, they made those all by themselves. Like the whole thing is all by themselves. And the lemonade, they helped squeeze all those lemons because yes, we make freshly squeezed lemonade for our lemonade stands, none of that concentrate stuff. So if you want good lemonade, come to our yard sale. And they also paid for a few of their expenses, like all the lemons that were bought for the purpose of their lemonade stand. And even after that, they both walked away with $50 each from their efforts. and guarantee they valued that money so much more than if they just been given a handout. The fourth tip or suggestion that kind of goes with all three is that we need to talk to our kids about money. We need to teach them about money. And I'm not saying, hey, sit them down and have a lecture, tell them everything I know about money. That's not going to help them. It's not going to stick. They don't need that. No one needs that. But using those little moments when you're kind of already in and you can plug in a little lesson, a little bit of a nugget there of financial literacy, that it will help them grow. So for example, the lemonade stand, they learned about gross versus net because they had to pay for some of their expenses. Again, I didn't need the money. I was fine. I didn't need that money to pay for those expenses. But I wanted them to learn that lesson that, hey, businesses have startup costs. They have their expenses. Little things like that really over time compound interest in your knowledge. See, right? Just like money. They can see that. And when they make dinner, I'm a stickler to make sure they do a thorough job, that everything's cleaned up after. And if they don't, then they don't get paid for it. So that they learn in real life, things are expected of them, and they can't just get a pass because, hey, I did good enough. No, it's not going to fly, right? Another idea is when you go shopping, have them take the wheel of the shopping cart, and then when they're checking out, have them be scanning everything so that they can see how things add up and how much it costs to live, so they can appreciate the value of money, not that it just comes out of mom and dad's money tree. We need to prepare them for the future. So I find myself guilty. I've been pretty good. We've been really good about teaching our kids to tithe, that they give 10% to a charity, in our case to church. And we've talked to them about savings, but we haven't, it's been like, oh, savings. We haven't really talked to them and said, hey, you're going to have these expenses in life. You want to go to college, or maybe you want to save up for a car or for a mission, to serve a mission for our church. How much are these actually going to cost? So how much do you need to start saving now? We haven't really done that. So that's something I need to improve on. And also, I want my boys to see and recognize financial opportunities. I had a few chances in the past to buy some real estate, buy some homes that would have been a great investment. But at the time, it was the farthest thing from my mind. It wasn't even in my mind. I didn't see that opportunity at all. And I don't want my boys to miss out on that. If I'd had the knowledge I have now, I would have made that purchase and it would have been a wise financial decision. So I want to learn those lessons so I can teach them to my boys so that they will be a step up than I was, that when they see these opportunities, they can see them for what they are, opportunities, and decide if they want to pursue them or not. Again, I'm not pushing them to get into these things, but at least they know about them. So if they so choose, they can pursue them. One of the biggest things is that we ourselves need to know about money. Do we know how to spend less than what we earn? Are we paying off our credit cards? Are we saving for a rainy day? We need to talk about assets and liabilities so that they can understand what the differences are. And we need to lead by example. So I think it's really important that we, along with just teaching them, that we are also learning and growing. And one of the best ways to learn is through the reading of books. There are loads of books out there about personal finance, about budgeting, about investing, really anything about money. There's a book written about it. I have found a few personal favorites over the years that have given me those aha moments and taken my financial knowledge and understanding to the next level. And I'm sharing all those books with you in this video over here. Right there. Yeah, go ahead, click on that one. And then maybe in the comments below, let me know what are some ways that you are helping your children become financially independent. I would love to know. So anyways, I'm going to get back to my book here. So see you later. If anything extra, they might say, hey, oh, hark, hark, is that someone knocking on my door? Oh no, it's my kid, Matt, that I'm trying to do this right now. Okay, sorry.